Kanye West was spotted leaving his Donda 2 listening party with a Kim Kardashian clone named Chaney Jones. Reportedly, this was after the rapper threw his mic on the stage amid issues with the sound. The album listening party took place in Miami, Florida on Tuesday, and Chaney Jones was dressed up to look exactly like Kim K. I'm sure Kanye was using her as some sort of character in his show to infuse his real life with his storytelling, but after his recent attacks on Instagram, it just comes off as really weird. Like a stalker building a shrine for their target. Chaney appeared in a white leather jumpsuit sporting big shades and long dark hair. If you were just walking by, you would immediately assume that you just passed Kim Kardashian. Chaney is also rumored to be Kanye's new love interest after his recent split from Julia Fox, who was in Uncut Gems. The last time Kanye was doing his listening parties for Donda, he had the real Kim Kardashian in attendance, but that was before he decided to continuously expose private messages on his Instagram and encourage his fans to scream Kim-Ye forever at Pete Davidson. According to the Daily Mail, Kim is currently in Milan for Fashion Week. The first time around, a lot of people mocked the listening parties because they could just wait for the album to drop on, Spotify or Apple, so why would I go watch Kanye lip sync to his songs? However, this time around, Kanye has decided to only release the new album on his stem player that costs $200. The interesting thing here is that for the listening party, he actually streamed the album off of one of his stem players. I suppose just to show off how confident he was in the technology being flawless. So flawless, it's been used for big stadium shows. I mean, it's a pretty good selling point. Everything started off smoothly, but towards the end, the connection started to completely fall apart, causing a lot of interruptions. The problems really began to show when Kanye performed the final song of the event called Off the Grid alongside 5EO Foreign and Playboi Carti. As 5EO attempted to rap alongside the track, he sounded very out of sync throughout a lot of the song. Many audience members later told the press that sound issues were not as apparent in person, but for the people watching the live stream, it was a very different story. TMZ also reported that at least 2 of Kanye's kids were at the event, North and Saint, which was a very special moment for Kanye considering that this listening event marked the first time that fans had heard any of the Donda 2 album. I'm sure it was also very confusing for North and Saint though to see this clone of their mother walking around. Hopefully security kept them at a distance so there wasn't any confusion. During Kanye's performance of Jail 2, the audio interruptions became a real issue for him as well as he tossed the mic out of frustration. Plus, he reportedly did not perform a single verse after that incident. The real question on everyone's mind though is, will this new romance with Chaney Jones turn into anything more than him wanting to just her be, a clone of his ex-wife? Like I said, I get that it's performance art, but with everything going on, it just comes off as being really weird. Kanye does have some sense of self-awareness, so maybe he will see why this was so strange in the first place. I'm sure you've noticed by now that Kanye seems to love leaving the caps lock button on while he writes his captions. In a surprising post, Kanye apologized for not knowing that all caps makes people read it like you're screaming the caption at them. In his apology, Kanye says, "I've learned that using all caps makes people feel like I'm screaming at them. I'm working on my communication. I can benefit from a team of creative professionals, organizers, mobilizers, and community leaders. Thank everybody for supporting me. I know sharing screenshots was jarring and came off as harassing Kim. I take accountability. I'm still learning in real time. I don't have all the answers. To be a good leader is to be a good listener." Pete Davidson has rejoined Instagram after taking a break from the social media platform, but now that he's back, people are exposing him for quietly shading Kanye West. This comes after the feud between Ye and Kim Kardashian reached new levels of craziness. Pete returning to Instagram at all was a big surprise to many. Back in May of 2020, he had deactivated his account after tossing out a handful of social media posts to promote his film The King of Staten Island. Although he first gave up on socials in 2018 as a way of protecting his own mental health. Letting his fans know that he was planning on leaving social media, Pete writes, "No, there's nothing wrong. No, nothing happened. No, there's nothing cryptic about anything. I just don't want to be on Instagram anymore, or on any social media platform. The internet is an evil place and it doesn't make me feel good. Why should I spend any time on negative energy when my real life is lit? The fact that I even have to say this proves my point. I love you all and I'm sure I'll be back at some point. Signed, your neighborhood goon, Pete." And sure enough, 4 years later, he returned to Instagram and was verified within 24 hours. It's the timing of Pete's return though that has everyone on the edge of their seat. His comeback definitely has a lot to do with the relentless onslaught of online posts from Kanye West attacking him and Kim Kardashian. Even though Kim filed for divorce from Kanye over a year ago now and has been dating Pete since October, Ye still hasn't given up hope that God will bring his family back together. And I guess he believes that by trashing Pete on Instagram, he'll somehow win God's favor. I mean, he did write, "God save me from that crash just so I could beat Pete Davidson's ass." Although Kanye's attacks didn't stop in his lyrics, they extended to him sharing private text messages to his Instagram feed that were from Pete Davidson. In the message, Pete wrote, "I'd never get in the way of your children, that's a promise. How you guys go about raising your kids is your business and not mine. I do hope one day I can meet them and we can all be friends." In the next slide, Kanye shared a photo of Machine Gun Kelly dumping popcorn into Pete's mouth while they had their pants pulled down. And in the caption, Kanye says, "No, you will never meet my children." So clearly Kanye was not willing to accept this olive branch from Pete Davidson. He increased the attacks following following this by telling his fans to scream at Pete if they saw him in person. In another caption, Ye says, "Thank you guys for your support of my family. My family means more to me than any other accomplishment in life. If anyone loves me and my family, if you see Skeet in real life, scream at the loser at the top of your lungs and say Kim Ye forever." Now, more recently, people noticed that with Pete returning to Instagram, he hasn't really posted anything, although he did put a link in bio for his more than 1.9 million followers to click on. And when you click on that link, it redirects you to a YouTube clip from the 1982 movie called The King of Comedy. It shows the character Rupert Pupkin delivering his famous line of "better to be king for a night than a schmuck for a lifetime." And because there isn't really a comment section on Pete's Instagram to talk about this shade that he's throwing at Kanye, people instead flooded the comments of the video itself. One person writes, "Damn, Pete firing sneaky shots," with another adding, "Well said, Pete, you are handling the situation as a man with class, which is more than I can say for Ye. So glad Kim has found someone who treats her well and who she can be herself around." Coming in number 10, media mention. Most people believe that celebrities don't really ever see the media mentioning them or hear about the stories they're telling. However, in a deleted Instagram post and in several other posts as well, Kanye has repeatedly called out the media. But on this rare occasion, he also praised the Instagram account called Shade Room because they defended his rants. In the caption, Kanye writes, "Thanks Shade Room for always showing love. Thank you for helping me control my own narrative and not writing me off. When a team wins the Super Bowl, we don't comment on how sweaty they got or how much pain they suffered in that game. It's about taking home that trophy, so when I get on my gram, I'm not afraid to get sweaty or take a hit from my family. This is not a rant, this is called freedom of speech. I am a form of media. Bezos bought the Wall Street Journal and will still never have this level of influence no matter how many dinners he does with my wife and Skeeter. And page 6, stop using bad photos of me, y'all. That whole office would die to go on a date." But before I get into my next point though, make sure you tap that like button to show some love to the channel. He didn't write that, that's just me doing a call to action. Coming in at number 9, North's TikTok. Kanye had a big problem with his daughter North being on TikTok, and so to deal with that, he decided to tag Kim and write in the caption, "Since this is my first divorce, I need to know what I should do about my daughter being put on TikTok against my will." And during his interview with Jason Lee on Hollywood Unlocked, Kanye claimed that Kim was letting North wear lipstick and do TikTok videos just to antagonize him. Wanting to send a message to Kim and the rest of her team, he said, "There's two things I said. Tell her security not gonna be in between me and my kids, and also tell her don't have my daughter wearing lipstick on TikTok, and don't have her TikTok at all if I don't approve that. And I said it after it was done without me knowing." For those of you who don't know, Kim and North started a TikTok page together that currently has just over 5 million followers. Although the account does say managed by an adult, which I'm assuming has to be Kim just double checking that everything going out on that TikTok is fine. Coming in number 8, big accusations. After Kim made a statement about Kanye's actions being more harmful to North than her actual TikTok page, Kanye hit back on Instagram and criticized her for claiming to be the main provider. Plus, he accused her of forcing him to undergo drug testing. Kanye responded to Kim's post and said, "What do you mean by main provider? America saw you try to kidnap my daughter on her birthday by not providing the address. You put security on me inside of the house to play with my son, then accused me of stealing. I had to take a drug test after Chicago's party because you accused me of being on drugs. Tracy Romulus, stop manipulating Kim to be this way." And if you're like me and just didn't know who Tracy Romulus is, she is the Chief Marketing Officer of KKW Brands and the founder of Industry Public Relations. So I'm guessing that Kanye believes Tracy is somehow in Kim's ear and telling her that she needs to be against him. Coming in number 7, exposing Kim's family. Kanye's very public feud with Kim took another strange turn when he decided to post private text messages between himself and one of Kim's cousins. In the first message, she reaches out and says that she agrees with Kanye wanting to keep his kids off of TikTok, but Kanye just isn't in the mood to talk. Then in the second set of screenshots, she goes from apologizing for upsetting him to asking if it's safe to buy Yeezy on StockX. Kanye then captioned the photo with, "This is an example of Kim's cousin agreeing with me about TikTok," then proceeding to ask me for some Yeezys afterwards. Her other cousin Kara called me saying she agreed with me, then she said she would speak out publicly, which she never did. Then she suggested I take medication. My dad didn't have money or a public voice when my mom destroyed me in his relationship. I do. This is for every parent on either side whose kids' futures are being one-sidedly controlled. I don't even have the right to get angry as a father without being called erratic. I gave that family the culture. If they as a whole unit keep playing games with me, I will take that culture back. A father should never have to beg for the location of their children. Coming number 6, Kanye versus Pete. After all of the birthday party drama, Kanye directed his anger towards Kim's new boyfriend, SNL star Pete Davidson, who is already known for mocking Kanye on SNL in past sketches that Kanye is still clearly upset about. Although in this deleted Instagram post, Kanye may have exposed some secrets about the media. In the post he says, "This ain't about Skeet, people. It's about selling y'all a narrative. Skeet just playing his part in Frozen 3. Except it's not in theaters, this time it's on Daily Mail. Tell Bob and the entire Disney staff you wasted your money on Star Wars and Marvel because even though it makes money, you will never control the high schools. No one's ever heard a Machine Gun Kelly song, Bob." Coming in at number 5, Donda 2. After the massive success of his latest album Donda, you knew that Kanye was going to try to find a way to outdo himself on the second. Although I really can't believe this post is real, and the comments comment section was pretty much feeling the same way. Kanye said his new album Donda 2 would not be streaming on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, or YouTube. Instead, it would only be available on his STEM player, which currently costs $200 on his website. In the post, he writes, "We did it. Don't matter what happens tomorrow. This happened tonight for the first time in a long time. I feel alive. We did it, kid. We did, Lord. Lift me up. Things changed. Let's keep it burning." And as you can see, the comments are very upset about this. A lot of people saying that they are just going to wait for the leaks to come out, with many others asking why Kanye would do such a thing. To make money. He wants to make money. Coming in at number 4, Kanye exposes Pete. A big problem that Kanye had at the birthday party for Chicago, other than not being invited, was the fact that security had stopped him at the gate. Although he believed the reason for this was due to Pete being inside of Kim's house. When asked about this by the press, Pete said that he had not even met Kanye's kids yet. Although I guess to further clear the air, Pete sent a private text message to Kanye that ended up going on Ye's Instagram. In the text, Pete says, "I'd never get in the way of your children. That's a promise. How you guys go about raising your kids is your business and not mine. I do hope one day I can meet them and we can all be friends." In the next slide, Kanye shares a photo of Machine Gun Kelly dumping popcorn into Pete's mouth while they have their pants pulled down. And in the caption, Kanye writes, "No, you will never meet my children." Coming in number 3, Hillary Clinton. Kanye's next Instagram obsession became making fun of Pete's Hillary Clinton tattoo. In the first post showing the tattoo with Pete's caption, Kanye explains why he tags so many people in some of his posts. "When I tag people, I'm just putting together the web. There are a group of people who run media and the election. Thank God for free speech." He then continues in another post and says, "Y'all seen that tattoo, but if I speak up, then I'm crazy. I told you not going to use that one no more. When a garbage man goes to work, he gonna smell like trash, but it's time to take the trash out the house." But wait, there's more. And this next one is absolutely wild. Kanye writes, "Look at this dickhead. I wonder if Instagram gonna shut down my page for dissing Hillary Clinton's ex-boyfriend." Yes, these posts are real, folks. We're archiving it here right now. Coming number 2, my account is not hacked. With all of these Instagram posts that we can't believe Kanye posted, many started to wonder if Kanye's account had been hacked at some point. Although to clear things up, Kanye posted this picture confirming that his account had not been hacked. Then in the caption he writes, "My account is not hacked. I will be at Sunday service at noon and will be taking North Insane to the Super Bowl shortly after. At Che thinks I'll double whatever they paying you just so you don't have to look at that pawn ever again. Big love." And SNL star Michael Che ended up responding to Kanye's offer and said on Instagram, "Sorry, Ye, but I would never betray my friends for anything less than triple salary. That's right, $90K a year. Full medical, full dental, 4 weeks vacay, corner office, plus a pair of Red Octobers, size 12. And you gotta make some beats for my band, The Slap Butts. What else? What else? And you gotta tell me what you're gonna wear to work the night before so we can look like twins. You do that for me, I'll Rambo that whole building." Michael Che is an absolute legend for this response. Coming in at number 1, Kanye apologizes. I'm sure you've noticed by now that Kanye seems to love leaving the caps lock button on while he writes his captions. I mean, it's just always on. In a surprising post though, Kanye apologized for not knowing that all caps makes people read it like you're screaming the caption at them. In his apology, Kanye says, "I've learned that using all caps makes people feel like I'm screaming at them. I'm working on my communication. I can benefit from a team of creative professionals, organizers, mobilizers, and community leaders. Thank everybody for supporting me. I know sharing screenshots was jarring and came off as harassing Kim. I take accountability. I'm still learning in real time. I don't have all the answers. To be a good leader is to be a good listener."